Well, good morning, stream watchers, Twitch, video watchers on YouTube. Hopefully the day finds you nicely. We're up here on Alma, Missouri. Done a little bit of work on this farm last night, and then we got distracted playing some other games and things. But that's kind of the way it goes. So for anybody who's not seen my play on this file, I'll just do a quick tour real quick here. It's not terribly expansive what I've done, but I like this build. So I put a fence around this yard. I'm not certain why, I just felt right to have a fence here. So that's kind of the entranceway there. I left this yard open because I want to be able to turn around at the ends of it. I am considering taking that tree out though, that way I have a little bit more space to work with. Or I might just put in a bunch of trees, I'm not sure which. Up here by the house, that's where the fence ends. That's kind of the personal space for that yard over there. This garage came with a map. It's part of the farm. I put in the barn with the silo instead of the airplane hangar looking one that they had. The cow barn is original to the map. And I put in the manure pit. Hopefully it's close enough to do the job. I'm not really sure. And I suppose I'll find out soon enough. And then the commodity storage back there for some fertilizer and things like that. And I put in this old open garage barn, whatever you want to call it, for some of the units that I've got in here. So that's where I'm keeping some of the bigger vehicles like the semi and things like that. Today's adventures will see us run the semi to pick up some bales that we created last night. And that's kind of it for the farm itself. Everything else is just kind of land that I have. The big grass field here is ready to harvest. So that'll be an activity I work on. Whether on stream or not, I don't know. Probably. It's a little boring to watch someone mow the grass, but that's what workers are good for. It's the back entrance to it. And then, like I said, I've got some bales to pick up. So we do own the grass field here. And technically the official entranceway to it is this, but I think I'm going to grass this over. Just paint it grass. That way it's, not the road part. Because I put in an entrance on the backside. And then same with this. I might even fence them off. I don't know. I haven't decided. But actually back here, this little grass field where the bales are, part of it looks like it's flat enough I could put some place holes. So I might industrialize a little bit. I have plenty of ground to work with, so I'm not too worried. Or I might put it in the central little bitsy field back there that the straw harvest pack is in, and that's what I'm going to use to pelletize it. Sell some of the pellets and use some of the pellets. Then, one of the rules I have on my map right now is that I can only buy the land if it's empty. Well, this one came up as available and empty, so I purchased it. I think that's going to be grains. That's the plan for that, is probably wheat or oats, something like that. Or it's just going to be a profit field, one or the other. We're on the hill here. And this one's already growing something, so I'm not buying. But I did a harvest contract on that previously, so it's kind of that. And two's got something in it now. I'm not going to touch that. See, I don't want fields that have been or that have been planted, because they typically don't fertilize, and the rock picking and everything else that you could do to the ground, they just don't do it. Or they leave it for contracts, and then they don't have contracts for that type of work, which is kind of weird. But I'm taking a look at some new lands just to see. And then over here is the original spawn point and the big farm. Now, this would be a nice chunk of property to have, but I do not own it right now, and that's done on purpose. And one of these times I'll pick it up, but not right this minute. I don't know. Can I tow that with this? It's in towing mode. I think. Nope. Needs a 3-point. All three of these pieces do. So I'll work on that eventually. Those are the last 3 pieces that came with the place. I don't worry about that when I worry about that. In case you're wondering, this one is set up for farm manager mode, not new farmer. That's why all this is blank. Instead of having the buildings on it that it would normally have. See, here's... Nope, they got some barley in there. I'll leave it alone. That just looked like fun. Okay, so that's kind of my southern properties. Like I said, I don't own the big farm, and I'm not buying unless it's empty. So like this one is empty. Now I've got that piece of property. And see, I'm a little spread out down here. I don't own everything in sight, but eventually I'll buy up the map. Just not right away, necessarily. And I'll have to bring my sensor around and do some scanning. And just so you know, with that scanner, the data does go out of date eventually, and you have to rescan it. But that was interesting when I found that out. I do have a contract for Field 8 here for fertilizing, so that's something. Now the BGA is up this way, but it doesn't have the silos, the bunker silos that the VGA usually carries. And that field has got stuff in it. Leave that alone. And then there's the pig farm. I don't own that either. Again, I'm not going to buy it unless all the fields on it are empty. So that's not likely to happen because it's more than one field, and they always seem to have something in them. Oh, that's got wheat. And then I do have some holdings up here to the north. It'd be this nice little field that we're passing on the right. It's now hidden by the hill. Yeah, that's ours. It's empty. I think it's going to be a profit field more than anything. Like put in soybean or something. Something big and profitable like that. Depends on what I discover pays the best. And this one hidden by the trees is ours too. This one at least has some lime in it. Again, I still have to run the sensor over it to figure out what the ground has got in it and what it needs. I might run this as either an orchard or just a tree farm straight up, because that in the distance is the sawmill. And I can buy up the sawmill and do some things with it. It might be too big a field, because if you fill up the sawmill, you've got nowhere to put the extra wood. You can do something with it. I don't know. We'll see. And that's got, oh, that doesn't have anything left in it. Where are we? That's the big one. One of the big ones. What's your price tag? $500,000. I think I'll hold off this year on it. I'll leave it be. I've been picking up some of the smaller properties. What's on the one across the road? Nope. It's not empty. So for those of you watching on Twitch, don't forget to follow and share the stream with your friends. If you're enjoying my content, let me know with a comment on the chat, if you would. And I'm gonna kick on Twitch here in just a second. Then I could be watching the stream. Yeah. Check that all out.
It's CLINQUEAROMATIC. So.
Anyhow, this is one idea I had for this map, and I do have a couple others. One idea was just to take over a random house in town. Pretty much just have the pickup truck and maybe a lawnmower. One of the zero-turn types or something like that. Spend all the money, somehow. And then take and just be a contractor in town. That was another idea. And the third idea was to design my own farm on the big farm. But I think I like this cow farm. It's simple and it's compact. You don't have to worry about, running for days to get to something. Or having to have a side-by-side to get from one barn to the next. So, that takes care of that. We do have cows to feed. We have some grass to mow. little things like that.
That's so cool.
And then there's my tractor collection. The lizard I'm using for contracts. The other three are for around the farm. Actually, I'm going to fill this one with gas, take that fertilizer spreader, and get those contracts knocked out. I think that's what I'm up to with that. Because this guy can handle the fertilizer spreader nicely. But we'll throw it on the semi and maybe take the sensor with us too. So that's going for a contract. We use one of the others on the mower now.
I remember there being like a big dog, and then there was this little Chihuahua dog or something like that.
And I like my 4,000, my 4440. That one seems to work really well.
Was going first.
And I'm going to run the edge work on this field. I think I might expand the width. Oh yeah, and my fence has a opening to the town, if I so choose to use it. But I'm going to run the edge work on this farm for the most part, because the workers tend to be extra dumb sometimes. But I'm gonna have to take it, sell off some bales or something pretty soon, so as to try and keep some money in the bank. I'll probably run more than one lap around this. I know, not terribly exciting, but definitely a necessity. I think I'm pretty much at the point where I can't make any more bales just yet, as there is a limit on Xbox. And being that these are my fields, I could take out the trees and just combine them into big grass fields, but I don't know. I kind of like having the separation. One, in case I decide to do something else with the field. And two, Because then I can hay one field and silage another without trying to, cross over between fields. It kind of makes sense to me to have the split sometimes. Maybe it's just me. And I might take out the lumber anyway just to get the income from it. Or just run through with the tree be gone and have done with them. And never mind the profits.
Oh, wow. Are you serious? Oh my goodness.
Now, AI workers typically go straight up and down, or straight across, or straight diagonal,
Yeah.
and that's all they know how to do.
I did not
Map
do some of
creators
this.
tend to love these curved fields, and the workers just don't know what to do with them. So, you run this edge work like this, and then turn the workers loose, and they seem to understand a little better somehow. It's like hiring a bunch of high schoolers to run the farm. They may or may not understand why they're doing what they're doing, but they'll do it. Hopefully the next generation game, Farm Sim 25, instead of high schoolers, will have college students running our farms. Because then they'll understand a little better.
Okay, so
They'll make it worth the payment. Okay, we're going to turn the worker loose and see what kind of a mess he makes of it. I'm sorry, dude, but I don't have much faith in you. Prove me wrong, please. Um,
like I said, I might make another video just
oh yeah, and I did install a different version on my X9 here,
show you what I wish
so I might trade this in for that somewhere on this stream.
it really is. It seems like it's not that fun when you don't put this stuff together, but then
How about you just turn around,
put it together.
crazy
It's
man?
like, wow, I did that. So I do build more of my stuff, as a square box build, but it still looks nice usually.
And I may end up coming back up here to clean up his disaster area. Because watch, he's going to start missing in a moment. No, maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe I lined it up just right. Maybe not.
Yeah.
See? He's going to leave tufts behind.
More video.
Which, that's okay. I can get that. Let's go get some bales. Well, actually, I gotta go into town anyway. So we're gonna take the old X9 into town. I know town's not that far away, but we'll still load this. So I got something else I'm gonna get. Like I said, I'm gonna switch it out to the other version. I've got a dolly and another trailer sitting in town. And I'm trying to think.
No, we're not having a Sam Smith.
I did activate it, didn't I? Maybe I didn't. Okay, folks, give me just a minute. We're gonna pause this bit. Save what we've done so far, which isn't a whole lot. I'm gonna go back out and back in. And you'll see the whole thing. And yes, I do have kind of a long list.
So, we are gonna build
Not
Sam
that one.
Crenshaw's house. Only it's probably gonna look exactly
There it
like
is.
Sean's house.
I thought I activated
Maybe
that.
different carpet.
I do need to take a tractor over to the big farm and collect those things, or reset them to the store and bring them to the farm. Either
We're also
way.
gonna put in that wall over there.
But it gives me an
for
excuse to
the
go over and do
store.
the scanning too, so that works.
I've been calling it by its name, but I really don't like that store. I like shopping on it because it's cheaper, but
You'll have to pardon the loading screen. I can't do anything much about that.
you know,
I'm gonna mute and get something to drink though. So I'll be back in a moment when it's loaded.
totally fine.
There we go. Nice American map and some nice American lemonade.
That's
Perfect
different
combination.
stuff, so I understand.
Okay.
But
Where
I
were
noticed
we?
that a lot of
Oh,
people
we're gonna pick up
skipped
a new
over
harvester.
one real crucial word.
There she is.
Everybody's assuming that it
Does it
means
have-
camping.
No, it just comes with the base model.
And I may have to go and
Okay, I want to see something before I do that.
but everybody's assuming it means camping.
Because I was looking for one that has the wheels under it, like the case there.
It's 4 letters. And it's important 4 letters.
Nope.
It says
Okay, so I would probably just keep that one.
hike.
I don't need to take the header into town then.
So I've got to go and fix my dream snap a little bit later to have tints in it, because if I don't, then nobody's gonna be able to like the picture because they're not gonna see that it's campy. Mine's supposed to be where in training and so far supposed to be in training. I actually moved the training dummies.
So I'm going to take and trade in one X9 for another. Then I'm not running a base game unit.
And
Because the modded version offers more
sending us out
options.
like the food pools, and we have a lot of food. Okay, so
I love this trailer. It works so well
what floor do we have in the other?
for what I need.
It's yellow carpet, right? Yeah. Yellow carpet, so we probably need blue carpet. Sean's family, like Daisy and Lily like pink, Rose likes purple.
And if you hear another voice in the background, my wife is also streaming.
Dull red,
And she's discussing her Minecraft build based on the books she's written. Because I challenged her to create her world in Minecraft. And she's done pretty good. It's been a couple of different versions and some other things going on, but it works. And just for the sake of argument, I'm going to hit the button to customize on this.
Yes, I do.
So that you can see that there's only, what, 2 options for the whole machine? Yeah. Sell it off. That dropped another almost $500,000 in my pocket.
I gotta do something before I continue that, and that's why I leave the doors open.
Definitely a lot more options available. Right, right.
Just in case the animals do get out of the
Bigger engine available.
out of the yard for the mansion, I want to make sure that they
You can increase the capacity on it better. I mean,
can't
that's
fit
running
into
27.4.
or any of the other
Or if you're after a more vanilla look, you got
Still
16.2 there.
I love that.
And then I like the Michelin tires. The look is better.
I learned
And
how
then,
to make that from
you could change up the tires a lot more.
Minecraft.
Personally, I go for these chunky things.
You're supposed to be able to bounce really, really high, but I don't know how to do
And
that.
I go the US look. 'Cause that's where I am, that's where the map is. And a radio. Oh, the little radio antenna.
Okay, so
No,
I don't know if I
there's
need
something.
right now, because I'm supposed to be building Sam Crenshaw's house, so I don't think I do. Oh, wait a minute, I need the blue.
I don't need the extra lights though.
Anyway, so
Demo?
we're gonna build we're gonna start out building the floor first, and if we didn't finish it, the roof, and I think we did, didn't we? Yeah, we finished building the roof.
More bushels, more acres, all day performance.
So I'm gonna build this house the same way that I built the other one.
Okay, so if you're gonna put that on a
And then
sales lot,
build the inside just like we built Sean's house.
that's
Maybe
kind of
not
neat.
just like maybe we'll put the kitchen
And
in
then you
that
could change up the
middle
hitch on
area
this
that I
one
was
too.
gonna maybe make into a play area.
See,
I
and
don't
you could
really
center
wanna
it
do
that way.
actually. But now that we know that it's 43 across and and all that,
A foldable
we can
spout.
go back to Sean's house for reference.
Don't do the wide if you're gonna use that trailer I've got. And you can put numbers on it if you want. And I can actually change it, that part of it to a black if I wanted, but I'm gonna leave it be. Okay. Well, that takes a piece out of my pocket, but that's okay.
I need to
It's a little more customized machine now. Let's go see the new toy.
go upstairs
And it's not ridiculously overpowered or anything crazy like that. I think for a little bit nicer machine than the base game offers, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I could have done something similar with the Colossus, but I just don't feel like it this time.
So,
I wanted a true John Deere,
Sean's house a porch.
just because.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And yes, I know there's a price difference in them.
And
And ironically, the Colossus comes up cheaper than this machine.
then
But that's okay too.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Somewhere in here, we're gonna put in some corn because I've got a corn dryer staring back at me in front of my truck right now, and I'd love to make use of it.
43 from this side to that side, and it's 1, 2, 46 this way, it's 43 that way. And that's if I count right. You'll know if you counted right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I put that here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Know if you built it right, if you have
Okay.
5 rooms.
Now we've got a
this
good
way,
harvester. We get a
and,
longer trailer for picking up the bales, and I'm not gonna bother with that
there,
gate. That's
8
kind of
this way,
sit around's
8 this
gate.
way, with a
I'll come around here the long way. I'm okay with that.
Wall around them. You can make it any color you want if you're trying to build this. You don't have to stick to the colors that I like.
Pardon. Let's see some, just out of curiosity. Ooh, there's more contracts. So I got 2 for fertilizing. Do those with the little guy. I got a cultivating contract, which my cultivator's back at the big farm. That would give me an excuse to go get it. And then plow contracts. 7 and 14 for the plow. There's 7. And there's 14. I run those plow contracts. I might just pick those grounds up. We're going to take them. Well, 1 anyway. Start with. I think it's time to load up and get things cooking on that score. Okay. There you are. Fertilizer. Filled it with gas. Good with that. Let's get this going. Where's that sensor line? There it is. Okay. So while we're out and about over that way, throw this on there. I'm going to throw the sensor on there as well. So I'm going to use this guy to run the sensor. There we are. That'll get that project started. I'm going to pull that trailer further forward. We'll let up a tractor with the plow as well.
Yeah, I could build a nice
I'll get that ready to run. Just cut my fleet in half running contracts. Don't know that the plow will go up on the trailer. Well, it fit. went.
maybe
I'm good with that.
this. Oh, I think it's this. Anyway, they've got that.
And it's strapped down.
But that's
Cool.
about it.
Let's roll out.
So when I had the dream that is this story, William falls in home from the grocery store, which at that time was over there somewhere. Main road there.
Now on the contracts, the plow is stopping at 7.
Now it's going to be over there.
Fertilizing on 9 and 10.
And
Okay.
I started building, and I'm like,
So pretty much across the road from each other. That's not too
I
bad.
already built where the, I think I
And
sold
somewhere in
myself
there,
short
somebody's
of
going to finish, and I can
the
take another contract and then put those other pieces of equipment on my trailers to take home.
But anyway, the grocery store was supposed to be over there at high school, but now it's going to be over there. So it's not that far away from their house. But anyway, it's supposed to be like
This trailer's a little
nice
top heavy.
open front yard like it normally is, but they've got small children at this point in this trailer. So they probably do want some kind of protection. No, I don't like that. I'm not gonna like that, period, because I was thinking we'll put
And I can
little,
scan field 8 because I own that.
some kind of wood fence in there too.
All right.
Oh, how far away from the wall is the door? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How is this 12? Oh, no. I mean, yeah, it's 12, but
Hmm.
that makes sense in a way.
Well, next time I'll just tow the plow. That didn't work too well. Okay. Note to self, don't do that.
What did you do?
Put the plow on the trailer. Shouldn't have. The hitch is up a little too high.
Oh.
Look at, just a little.
Oh, that green thing. Okay. Oh.
Okay.
The same thing. And that's partly because I want to get this done. I
That's creative.
The
Oh, that's good and stuck.
branch off from Tomorrowland.
Had to
Instead of
work on
putting it
that
where it
mess.
actually is. It wouldn't be right.
Hmm. Maybe it just
Yeah,
unglitched
we're
itself.
gonna do like, real Disneyland,
I have an idea on this too, because I'm gonna run that sensor real quick.
because it's supposed to be Tomorrowland.
But
And like Star Wars is
no, it's pretty well glitched. Creative,
the tomorrow.
bad but creative. There we go.
Right next to the fence.
Maybe.
Anyway, and if you think about it, what does the submarines have to do, especially from England, have to do with what comes going on? Because at the time, submarines were like new technology. They really were. But, even with that, what the heck?
Well, let's see how bad this worker does.
That was weird.
Right now, value of the property sits at 121,000. Pull this crop out of this field.
Okay.
Go from there. Now, technically, I'm scanning my property, but look at where the circle lands. It scanned my field and almost 7, parts of 5 and 6. So I'll be able to see what the neighbor's yard looks like a little bit. The other bit of that is that when I come back down this way to pick up the plow and the tractor from that, I can fertilize 8 while I'm at it, if I have any product left, which I may or may not have. But you know what? We're just going to drive this up there. Oh, I need a fertilizer spreader instead of this. Silly. There.
Oh, the star path is too hard. It's like stuff that you're doing every day. Why is it too hard? Or how? Yeah, you gotta go and talk to Crystal. You gotta go talk to
And to truly get a good measure of what you need for product as far as the fertilizer goes, you have to plant something first. So I might not fertilize it just yet, unless I bring around some seeds beforehand. But we'll get this contractor running. What's this guy up to? Oh, he's actually gotten some distance. Look at that. This one's doing well. Semi I could shut down for now. Just gonna sit pat for the minute. And I still have this guy. That field. I think we're gonna just windrow it. I'll have a worker windrow that. I don't know if I'm gonna ted it and then windrow it again, but and I might. And yes, compared to normal, I'm running some smaller tractors. That's kind of on purpose. Every now and again, you get tired of the big stuff, even when the map really calls for it. And this map definitely calls for it. So it looks like I can pull up some more grass along this edge over here. And plant field grass instead of just random grass. Wild grass, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And I'll still have to clean up a little bit around here. As you can see, they're missing the outside edges. He's about to stop again because his field is not straight. It looks straight, but it's not. Maybe I'll leave that as a grass area, you know, the wild grass, and I'll put apple trees in there. I have an apple tree mod. And that would be my excuse to leave it grass. And leave that grass alone. I think I'm going to do what I did earlier with the mower. And kind of windrow it in. Just by running a lap.
This just goes from the front door.
Well, 7 ended up a mess. I'll have to go fix it. I might turn a lot of this into silage, prepare to sell it.
They didn't even spell juicy right.
That is a possibility.
Oh my gosh. Okay, at least you're gonna spam me have a name that is actually spelled correctly. Because it says Juicy Media. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm calling them out because they're trying to sell viewers on their online chat. They're trying to sell viewers. And I don't appreciate that. Anyway, they didn't even spell it right. They spelled it juicy like Lucy. Luce. I mean Lucy. Yeah, there's an I in the word juicy. Juicy. I don't know why, but that just reminded me that when I was a kid in our local mall, Solano Mall, uh, yeah, because I didn't live here in person, there for the fun. Well, and Susan, like I keep saying, they were dressed by the railroad tracks, and basically, it's all the same, but they're all different things. Anyway, there was a drink stand, I guess you'd call it, um, called Orange Julius, and me and Mom did. I don't know if it was.
It is
I
getting
don't
a
know
little
exactly
close
what
to
it
the
was, but it was like
trees over
orange
here.
drink, and it definitely had
Hmm. I will.
like crushed ice in it. Anyway, it was really good, and I would be really sad to go and go to the mall and see if it was gone. Of course, I was astonished when the mall suddenly did not anymore keep the toy stores. It was a little shop, but it was, kind of fun to go and see the toys, test it out, see if they actually like it. I remember they had, like, those little toy shopping carts.
So I figure the chief spot that worker on the mower is going to have trouble with is switching between the two sides of this field because it's split down the middle with the trees that are right next to me. And it should be interesting to see how bad it does or how good it does. The workers on this game often disappoint, which is unfortunate because it's such a useful tool if only it was done right.
This looks like it's clear. So I noticed myself in the bathrooms in the other house. Look too small. Yeah, they really look like our bathroom.
All right, now everything's been pulled in from the edge a little bit. Let's see what kind of trouble we can cause with this.
Then, so we're still trying to figure out where the windows want to go. We'll figure that out in a little bit. Right now, we need the wall. You know, it helps if you switch to projection.
Well, if I could get 2 cents traction. See what I mean about the workers being a disappointment? And they've run one run.
Okay.
That was it.
Sam and Tiffany's.
It's as far as they got. And they got stuck. Not the map maker's fault.
Cows.
Programmer for the workers.
In town. The reason why I put it that way is because in the mansion, they broke our room.
I know that the field is all potato. And then at the edge, it's grain.
I said something
Why?
about
Because somebody messed up.
I said something about bullets usually take at least an hour, even if I know how to build it perfectly.
I know I didn't mess up, but
Fine. Okay. And it's already been 42 minutes.
let's see if we get lucky and he doesn't screw it up again.
So, Sam Crenshaw and Tiffany.
So the deal I made was that I could only buy empty fields. Well, this one, once the contract is done, will be empty. I can pick it up if I want. I've actually got quite a bit of ground I need to work on, so I don't know if I'm going to buy more right now, but it makes sense to diversify. Not just location, but the crops I put in the ground. Okay, this guy's actually doing pretty good.
Okay, so I called it unexpected journey, but then I was like, well, nobody's gonna understand unexpected. You know, like they didn't expect it to happen, and it happened, and so it's a really easy concept, but I don't think anybody's gonna understand it. So I changed it to zipper journey because they go through
Contact on
those
7 is
all the time
finished.
anyway. I never know
There's
where to
still
send
gunk in
them
the
those.
field.
I've never been anywhere, so I can't be like, like Nevada is as far out as I've been in America. Um, Nevada, somewhere in Oregon, and down to Disneyland. That's the furthest I've ever got. I don't even hardly remember the trip to Oregon because I was like 3 years old, maybe 4. I just know I wasn't tall enough to like actually play pool. So I was literally
All right.
sitting on top of the
We're going to
pool
collect on
table.
that contract and we'll take this contract. Field 14.
And I don't
It's up
remember. I
north.
do not remember being scared to be up there or anything. So I don't know what happened. Why I'm like afraid of heights. Well, I'm not really afraid of heights. I'm afraid of falling off them.
You know, I think I might have to take that sensor with me.
No, I don't think that. Okay. Well, we have to be able to get into the house without taking a huge step. And, since they've got little kids too, that wouldn't be a good, that wouldn't be okay to, to have big stuff. Just wouldn't be okay. Anyway, they're in Summer Journey. Jesse starts out the book taking Chantel to the fancy restaurant to, like kiss and make up, kind of try to start over. And, they were going to do that. They had a big fight. And then the next morning they were going to, Jesse was going to take her to the fancy restaurant to, make up for it. He has reservations there and everything. And that's what they were going to do. She wasn't going to like it. He says he's got his rights. So Jesse is one of those dads that he has to make sure he knows where the kids are at all times.
Fertilizer complete.
So
We'll
he's
take the
trying to
cultivate
raise both
contract.
boys by himself, even though Chantel is there and readily available to help feed, diaper, whatever the boys need. Well, so he gets a babysitter. Yeah,
Okay.
it's William and
10 and 14.
Kat,
And
his parents.
13,
So
or
he gets a
12 rather.
babysitter, and they
Those are the contracts.
finally get into the car. Jesse was having trouble getting in because, first of all, it's really early in the morning, like say 6 o'clock, and then another thing was he doesn't want to leave the boys. How are they going to get along without me?
14 to
What if you
plow.
need diapers? What if you need wipes? What if you need dog treats? All that kind of stuff.
And the
look at how
fertilize.
I'm dressed and ready to go.
10's good size field.
Confused. Oh, because that goes that way because of the swimming pool. Because I think the swimming pool is the perfect size, left to right. That's a nice size swimming pool.
See, this
With
property
water
up here got
slides.
cut up a little weird, but that's because of
So
these
it has to go
gullies,
this way. Yeah.
I'm sure.
Okay. I get it now. I was looking at going, why is it doing that? Okay, so I'm gonna have to put in a fence again. Get rid of that there. I'm trying to get this sidewalk through here. So we're gonna take this one out and only keep the one over there at Walmart. And I built it over here so I could see what it looked like. And then I realized, wait a minute, Walmart's supposed to
I
be
don't know
bigger
where
than
that guy
that.
was trying to go.
Yeah, Walmart's supposed to be. That's the problem. Dang it, I gotta move that all over. Because there's supposed to be a wall over here. There's supposed to be a wall and make it look like a jail. Because that's what it feels like when I look at it. I'm sorry, guys. Um, or at least it did
Okay,
this time. I
that
hope
sent in the
the
cell
other
samples.
ones are.
$100 worth there.
I hope other ones have actual nice people in them and stuff. Okay, so that one, two, three, four, five, six, seven.
Again, stuck in a gully. Really?
You got stuck in the gully again?
The worker.
So, my husband's playing cards on 22.
Mm-hmm.
22. I'll get that, watch, I will get that right, and then all of a sudden they'll switch to turn 75.
It's coming soon.
It's coming soon. Anyway, I will start getting that right, and then they will switch. The estimate worked with my husband's phone number for a while there. Like we taught him, get his number memorized and everything, and then he'd lose it, or he'd break it, or something like that, and he'd have to give me a phone number. But anyway, okay, so in so he takes her to the fancy
Okay,
restaurant,
let's see if that keeps
and
stupid out of that gully.
the maitre d's one of those snooty waiter types. Oh, and speaking of that,
I'm not sure why this one
trying
didn't
to convince me
start
that
at the
maitre
beginning of the
d's don't
field
work.
on this row, but I already
And
know
I
I have to
realize
go
it's
back
not
and clean up
competition
his
like that,
mess.
but
What
it
else is
works.
new?
And so is, if I remember correctly, so is 365. I think there was we did this one. It says that 365 is included in this one. But it does have,
7
some
is empty
problems
now.
with everyday words like maitre d'. The maitre d'
And
is
now
the
it's
guy
mine.
that, in a fancy restaurant.
And this thing can't drive a straight line to save its soul.
Like one of those that you
Really?
take
You had to
your
crash into the
girlfriend to
bridge?
on Valentine's Day
Why?
for big high rise, and then you have to go inside a bunch of lights, talk to you and you say reservation for two, and he goes and looks it up in his book, and if your name's not in there, you're gone. Or if your name is in there, he goes and makes the waiver, and he gets seated. Although, for some reason, I always thought that matron didn't take you to your seat, and then I have a waiver for get your order in. It's like the only experience I have with sit down restaurants is Denny's. So I just usually sit with Denny's because they're the ones that give you the menus and you go and you get seated at the table and the lady usually our next question would actually bother to put on their
This is a little field. I don't know what I'm going to put in there.
thinking that, Denny's is an old established restaurant. It should run a lot smoother than
But there's no sense hiring a worker on this.
but also, I've noticed that there's a lot of stuff that I cannot eat on Denny's anymore. It's not fair. Somebody needs to invent a chewable tablet or a pill that you can swallow to digest meat better. I would have a much better life if you could, because I feel like I eat pancakes a day. It's just some restaurants, they're an old established firm kind of thing, they've been around forever. So they don't think about dietary needs like, not being able to digest meat or not being able to eat cheese without, lactate chewable.
Hey, Roger.
They just think about those kind of things.
Just so you know, I'm streaming and you can choose to include your audio. Yeah.
Okay, so far, this is what it looks like.
Well, so's everybody.
Living room Sandy over here, again, as usual. Oh, we should probably figure out how big the living room is.
There are days, but we all have those.
Okay, so let me go around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really? That's all I needed?
Yeah.
Then there is a wall.
Just working on some contracts and whatnot. Trying to earn some money.
I'm gonna make it 8. Oh, and I was supposed to go and figure out a.
Oh, a while now.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
About an hour and a half on it.
That is a bookshelf. So I think I'm gonna make it 8, but then the TV set way far back. But then on the other hand, the TV can be bigger.
just because they have a specific skin you're cooked.
No.
That seems a little silly. Hmm. It happens. No interest. No interest in playing it. Yeah, he seems to murder you a lot on that game. So then he doesn't target you as much.
Well, I could walk through oh.
The winners of stuff that gets stuck.
And then it didn't even connect.
Hmm. Oh, quite a while. 4 generations of machines? Yep. Yeah. Only ever had one PlayStation. A PlayStation 2. Are they?
Oh, there we go. So that way they can have they can get reassigned Crenshaws if you guys come to this house and they can have and then they can that way that here just reassign Marcus for this house.
Take from you or from somebody else or
So this house probably isn't going to be
hmm.
as established. watching her right now. Or she watching screen.
Couldn't begin to tell you.
Watching on YouTube.
He went that way.
Anywhere else, please let me know because that
Or maybe he expects to get murdered and that's his defense against it.
Here. Well, I kind of like having the here, but I don't like having the here.
That happens a lot on that game.
Oh. Well, but yeah, I do like this wall. I liked it yesterday. Today. I still don't know what to do with this. Over here it's supposed to be, guest rooms or something. Rooms for more kids. See, this family has,
Okay, enough of this nonsense.
at the end of the
That got good and stuck.
for the moment, we have 16 kids. So obviously, we only have 10 rooms. And 5 of them have, so we got 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
5. Then there's 6, 7, 8. We only have 9 kids out of 16. So what are we gonna do for something? Well, I guess when they're older, Lily and Rose could be in this one just because, I feel like it's snowed in to town. And then Rose and the next daughter.
Real world or in a game? I think the Xbox was a pretty good investment. I mean, the machine itself was a good investment, just in the timing that I got it at. Ultimate's a reasonable investment. I mean, it allows you the access to playing the game, with your friends that you own, and then it also gives you a list of games you can play. Gives you the ability to play more than just Fortnite. Broaden your horizons. Like I said, it gives you access to a bunch of games. So you're not locked to just the freebies. Otherwise, you're playing stuff like Fortnite and, the cartoony little kid games like that. And then, Roblox. And then, like Star Trek Online. And that's pretty much the limit to your list.
Oh, so up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. There we go. And you're gonna put it here and here and here. This would be your bed. Not that blue, but that would be your bed.
Yeah, you can play stuff like Farm Sim. Some of the big name titles get on there, like Sea of Thieves.
So,
Well, like I said, there's other games out there you can play. Are you getting tired of it or something? Well, if you pick up Star Trek Online, I'll play it with you. Don't base your experience on what Luke says about it, because he came up against a glitch. That's all there is to that. Like I said, Fortnite is fun for some, just not for everyone. Sometimes I just get tired of the killings.
yeah. So I'm going to put that Oh, and I was looking at these things. Is alright, so somebody did a super chat or something. Anyway, something that made Mr. Strong Sky happy, so he's got Kit Kats that go across his screen. And since I haven't been able to listen to it, I don't know if he's streaming it
Yeah.
both Twitch and YouTube, or he's watching it on YouTube.
Yeah, I think this has already been plowed. Don't need to plow it again.
There we go. There's a whole bunch. This one, and then maybe some of this stuff from the Watchmen. We can either have a part two, or I'll just finish it and show you what it looks like when it's all done. I need to go and put in beds in a bed in Sean and Ashley's room, and a bed in Jonah's room, and figure out a crib for Devin's room. Usually, if I'm putting together a crib, I will do some kind
Hmm.
of fence
you seem to enjoy the gun games and stuff.
Hi.
Another one that
I
Game
just
Pass
realized
has,
yesterday when he
you
was
can
on
look
the
up,
chair,
State of
all of
Decay
a sudden
2,
his tail was in my head.
if you don't mind murdering some zombies.
I wish I could.
That'd be a good one for you.
I got it to where I could turn on video, but I mean, like while I'm streaming, cat cam. They like to.
Just don't stick around long.
Oh, and I finally found. I didn't find the whole thing because I remember that I needed a bigger thing.
So not only do you have to collect the guns every time, you have to remod them every time. And then the next time you find it, you get that mod on it.
Book that I'm working on is twins. One of them is twins. One of them is non-custodial
Oh.
parents. Means to be more actively in the house. So the other one. Usually we don't have any say in what happens to your kid.
Hmm.
Six. But one, two, four. That didn't work. One, two, three, four. That's why. Anyway, so the thing is that on the
Why?
paperwork, Allison is the one that makes decisions because Luke says it. But like so if they want to register them for school, Allison has to do it.
Hmm.
But technically, they're both their kids, and that's the way they think of it. Is their dad, Allison's mom,
Oh, the wonders of the shooter looter.
so
Hmm.
now it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's even smaller.
So,
That's why.
what other games do you have besides that and Roblox? Wow, that's a very short list. Yeah, Game Pass would be a good investment
So I
for
still
you.
don't know what I want to do with this space right here for either house.
See, now if all you're using Game Pass for is to play multiplayer on games you already own, then just do Game Pass Core. It's cheaper. The difference is that it doesn't give you as long a list of games to play. But from the sounds of it, you don't need them. If those are the only games you do play right now.
It depends. Are those the only games that he's playing because those are the only games that he wants to play, or is that because that's how he? I mean, that's the only thing that he can play.
I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry, author mind.
Hmm. Very carefully. Pop them 6 times in the back of the head. Very carefully.
The door, two, and then 4 windows.
Hmm.
Looks really nice on the inside. Looks like, why the heck did I do this from the outside? I don't know. the other, I don't know. So, I'm a little worried because somebody could go in and knock it out and they can't.
Hmm.
But that's not gonna happen much. That's one of my favorites. That's doing something. They don't care whether you spend $1,000 on it.
Uh,
Some of those $1,000 because this is a house that
oh,
somebody lived in before. Anyway, so I'm hoping you're having a great day. Know that you are enough. You are important. You do matter. Nothing can come outside on you. You can work in school. And my person, and it's the last video that I'm doing. If you have a spider in your room that is playing and has black hair or something that like crazy, if you got one of those, unless you let that guy live here and collect them.
I might switch to something more destructive than farms him in a minute here. I'll probably go out of the stream when I do.
Yeah, I totally agree. Probably should skip next one, but probably shouldn't because it's personal.
Mm.
But I also pointed out that one of my kids has. So that's what I started catching flies. But
You
some
actually won.
cats think it's really funny to let them stick their paws in your window and you catch it again. That's what Coral used to do when she was a younger cat. Sam did that at first. Anyway, so this is the stream. It's fun and difference between not difference between
Hmm.
two really, but like that. You gotta figure out where they are is the important question. Okay, so yeah, for those right there, right here.
I believe it.
One, two, three.
Too much
And
of
they're also
anything can be
selling
bad for you.
the walls, Won't be too bad. Oh, I like
Mm-hmm.
that window right there. It's too big on that side. It's too big on that side. Oh, I think the reason maybe that's the reason.
Yeah.
Cause I think I just like the window. Not that one. Oh,
Hmm?
now I gotta go put the window back up. And I gotta find the curtains.
Thought you were supposed to
I
do
don't know.
that.
I think I like the window. I'm gonna leave it there. Okay. Okay.
Anything's possible.
Okay, I need to find a bed. Okay. So let's go find the curtain. Oh,
Yeah, it's
oh,
Just a
So,
game.
then one, no, kind of. There. And then when we get that, you'll either see a finished house or
Yep, there goes the neighborhood.
so when we get back, we'll either see a finished house or we'll finish it. Oh,
Arm wrestled.
oh no,
I
we
don't
did that
think so,
one.
Tim.
Okay, so I put it in. Um, Closet. So
Define
this is
civil.
where, the sheets and towels and stuff would be. Yeah, I like the idea of this little play area.
Huh?
I like the idea of this little play area.
I thought I smelled smoke.
In both houses. That means I gotta go and get the yellow as well. So I will do. But when it goes hard. What kind of comments that go Okay, so this is concept. That is gonna be the kitchen cabinets again. So I'm gonna go over the hotel, gather supplies, and go over to the no, to gather supplies and make some mixture. Oh, and whoever came up with this music, I love it. Is that?
Well, don't leave me out of it because I don't drink.
Oh, okay. Don't stop me, Alma.
And that's supposed to be an encouragement to play your game? Death Run.
Oh, it's not.
How is that any different than the rest of what you've played from there? Dead is still dead. Why would they want to let you heal? Then they just have to shoot you more in order to kill you. Okay, so it's just a gun game. Uh-huh. Still sounds like a gun game so far. Never. At all. It's just a gun game. No, it's explosives in your gun game. No. No, GTA's got cars that you keep. Not ones you can keep. Well, I'm going to turn off the stream because I'm kind of falling asleep on Farm Sim, and I'm done with it for the time being. And creepers trying to explode in the chat. I love it, Squibs.